2, 1. Objective 4, use an even, odd properties to find exact value of the trig functions. We will use these properties quite a bit in trigonometry, so they're really important. Here's the deal. When you have a negative inside the parentheses, do you see how there, I'm going to highlight it, there's a negative inside the parentheses there. What happens is you can't have that. So it comes out as a negative sign in front of the sine function. Cosecant, the same thing happens with it because it is the reciprocal function of sine. Cosine, on the other hand, when you have a negative angle inside the parentheses, it turns positive. Okay, so I'm going to highlight these two, and so does its reciprocal function of secant. And tangent, when you have a negative angle inside of it, it maintains its negativity. So sine and tangent are known as odd functions, and cosine and secant are the even functions. I don't know if you remember learning about even odd functions, so that's what we're talking about here. You might want to look through your notes for 1105 if you took that class. If not, just know that those are odd and those ones are even. So I have a very bad joke for you, but hopefully it'll help you understand which ones are even and which ones are odd. So here it is. Why was cosine attracted to secant? Because all of the other functions were odd. Okay, so if you remember that even functions mean when you plug in that negative angle, it turns into a positive value. Okay, find the exact value of the following. For part A, once again, I can't have a negative inside of the parentheses, so I take it out because sine is odd. It's an odd function. Okay, so sine of 45 degrees is radical 2 over 2, and then I bring down the negative sign. So my answer is negative radical 2 over 2. For part B, cosine is even, which means that when you plug in a negative value, it turns positive. So I'm actually looking for cosine at pi. Cosine corresponds to the x value on the unit circle, and at that point it is negative 1. Part C, cotangent. Cotangent is odd, so I'm going to take the negative out and look for cotangent of 3 pi over 2. Now 3 pi over 2, remember, is at the base of the unit circle. It's 0, negative 1. Cotangent is written as x over y, so we get 0 over negative 1, which is 0. Okay, the value is 0, and if I put a negative in front of it, it doesn't really matter. It's just 0. Okay, part D. Tangent of negative 375 pi over, or sorry, geez Louise, 37 pi over 4. All right, I know that's going to be a 45-degree angle, so I know the value is going to be 1. However, I'm not sure if it's negative 1 or positive 1 because I'm not sure where this is. All right, so if the denominator is 4, would everybody, hopefully you agree with me that 2 pi is going to be 8 pi over 4. Okay, and 4 pi is going to be, if we double that, is you're going to get 16 pi over 4. Okay, and keep on going up. We have 6 pi, that's the other revolution around, and 6 pi is equivalent to 24 pi over 4. Okay, and then 8 pi, keep on going because we haven't quite hit it yet, is equivalent to 32 pi over 4. Okay, now we're getting close. If I use 37 pi over 4 less 32 pi over 4, I get 5 pi over 4. Now I know where I'm at. I'm in quadrant 3. Okay, and unfortunately I'm going to have to bring this problem over here. So I'm going to go do a little arrow. Okay, so I have 5 pi over 4. That's what I figured out after all that work. And what I found out was I'm in quadrant 3. I know that tangent is positive in quadrant 3, so my value is going to be 1. But remember, I had the negative hanging outside. So it looked like this, negative tangent of 37 pi over 4. So I have to bring down the negative signs. The answer is going to be -1. And just to show you who is making all those noises, this is my cat Garfield and my dog Max. So those are the ones that were making noise on these videos. I spelled his name wrong. Okay, hope you guys had a nice week. I'll see you when you come back. Don't forget that you have the opportunity to visit Audrey at one of the SI sessions. I know that she had sent out a message to all of you. Just as a reminder, her email address is ablanco10@hccfl.edu. Okay, I'll see you when I get back, and we'll have a quiz probably on Wednesday just to give you forewarning. It's going to be on the unit circle. All right, have a great one. Bye.